Many of you have asked me why there wasn't a stronger police presence to protect Congresswoman Gabrielle Giffords at her rally in Tucson. So we asked Fox News anchor Geraldo Rivera to investigate, and here he is.
Hi.
So, I understand on the ground there weren't any cops there.
Well, I've spoken within the hour with both the representative of the Pima County Sheriff's Department and the Tucson City Police Department. And it seems to me that both agencies are using a narrow jurisdictional distinction to exculpate themselves from any responsibility for not providing police presence. By that, I mean the March 2010 vandalism of the Congresswoman's office happened within the Tucson city limits. It was in the jurisdiction of the Tucson cops. The murders, the mass murders and the wounding of so many others happened outside the city limits in the Pima County Sheriff's jurisdiction.
Dupnik, yeah.
So they're saying that, Tucson responded to the March event. They were not
no, it was
scene
clearly
in
the sheriff's responsibility to step. Now, look, let me just break it down. So,
but I have to
wait.
Okay, well, go ahead, but I have to have a minor rebuttal.
When Glenn Beck and I go out to do the Bow Fresh tour, we don't ask for police protection from the locals. Yet there are a lot of police there. All right,
they're fans,
maybe, but it's crowd control. It's to make sure that there's no crazy people. They're all over the place. All right. Now, if you're going to have an event where a sitting congressperson or senator is going to be in a place and she wants people to come to see her, you're telling me that there shouldn't be one or two cops? Even at my book signings, there are cops, okay, right, standing there to inhibit exactly what happened.
She did not request police presence. And more importantly, in the context, why were we all caught with our pants down in this horrifying massacre? It was because these attacks are so rare, thank God.
They're rare, though, because
there have only been 20 in our history. Mostly, it is the president of the United States.
20 on Congress people.
Right.
Okay. But we live in an age
of the United
now.
States. Some of those were by other Congress people.
We're living in an age now where a lot of the police is proactive. All right, they police to prevent crimes. And you put a presence. Look, if Geraldo Rivera goes to a mall, all right, to sing a song or sell a book, all right, you may not ask the locals to help. You might bring your own, all right? But there should be someone there in case there's somebody who doesn't like you.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Here is.
What, do they have more important things to do?
But
is that what he's saying?
Here is the inconsistency in American life. When you see an NCAA football coach at a rival stadium, he is invariably walking alongside a state trooper from his home state. They travel with the coach. How is it that we have a system whereby our coaches are protected and our congresspeople are not? Look, I would like to propose a system whereby at least one uniformed officer from whatever agency has the jurisdiction is present.
That's what I said earlier this week with Stossel.
At a pre-announced public
I said
event.
it earlier this week with Stossel that the U.S. Marshals should expand.
Why not the local cops? The local cops.
Look,
why not the sheriff's deputy or the Pima County?
All I'm saying to you is this: Dupnik, the big mouth Dupnik, who started all this political stuff, he didn't do his job. He didn't do his job. He had a major event. He didn't staff it. Nobody was there. And that is not good policing.
What I caution everyone, and I know that if I stand as a surrogate for Dupnik, it is of my own making. But I think the man, and remember, it's an elected office, and he is a Democrat, and there was a political response in part, and I think that in the calm reflection of the future, he will admit that.
Here's how desperately wrong you are. Dupnik went out and said the rhetoric is so hot in this county because of illegal aliens, health care, that he's not surprised this happened. Well, damn it, Sheriff, if you're not surprised and you know the rhetoric is hot, why didn't you have your guys there?
But why not direct our wrath at the mental health system that allowed this kid to fall through the cracks?
That's another story for another time.
But that has to be where we make an adjustment.
Address my point. Dupnik is there,
but you
saying the rhetoric is hot.
Personal disdain and distaste for the man that I don't share, Bill.
Look, you have to answer my question. He says to the nation, the rhetoric is hot down here. Okay? That's his thesis. That's what he says. And he doesn't put one deputy down there? He's an idiot.
But again, he would have been, I grant you, that when I go or you go and they go, but how much of that is show business? Here's another politician making yet another one of these
if he thought it was so hot,
appearances at a mall.
Hold it.
Why waste the deputy is the thinking. I guarantee you that every sheriff in the land going forward will have that deputy there.
Listen to me. You just did some good reporting by telling the folks that the Congresswoman's office...
And now I'm doing bad reporting?
No, you're not linking the dots. You just did good reporting in saying that the Congressman's office was broken into.
In March of 2010.
Correct.
In the city of Tucson.
Right. All right. Recently. They know it's hot.
Right.
They know it's hot.
And they know it's hot. I grant you that everyone in Tucson knows that she is hot.
That means deputies should have been there. I'm not Monday morning quarterbacking. That's what good policing is.
We can't address the martyrs on her staff, but you would expect that going forward, congressional staffs will request a trooper or a cop or a deputy to be present. But I think to make Dupnik, you can criticize his politics.
Bad policing.
Bad policing is a call that's much more technical.
All right. Well, I'm making it, Orlando. There he is. He agrees with me. I know he does. I can tell his facial expression. I can tell it. You agree with me. Now, you saw the debate that Geraldo and I had.
Right.
Okay?
Absolutely.
And I am... Immigration is a hotbed issue in Pima County, okay? It's right on the border.
Absolutely.
All right? And you have the people who say, leave the illegals alone. You have the other people going, you got to do something. Healthcare, very hot down there as well.
Right.
And Congresswoman Giffords played the healthcare thing. She supported it, okay? But, she knew her constituents weren't all that hot about it. The third thing is that in the Arizona immigration law, she played it both ways as well. She said, I don't like the law. It doesn't really help, but it sends a signal that Washington should pay attention to. You've got three issues, all right? And this Dupnik then says, well, it's no, the rhetoric is so hot. And then I say to Geraldo, well, then why weren't 6 deputies standing in front of her?
The logic is irresistible. And the fact that this Sheriff Dupnik goes after the heated political rhetoric. At the time, I said to my listeners that this man is behaving like someone trying to conceal something. And what he was trying to conceal is exactly what you revealed, and that is that he was in the jurisdiction, the shooter, and this Congresswoman, and those 6 people he murdered, and the 14 others he wounded. And that is Sheriff Dupnik's jurisdiction.
And there's no cops there.
And the fact is, this sheriff had interaction with, and his department had interaction with Loeffner. There's no explanation. There's no focus on that. He wants to talk about heated rhetoric.
I think there's got to be a very, very stringent investigation by the Attorney General of Arizona, okay, into why, if this sheriff was so hopped up about inflammatory behavior and the Congresswoman's office had been damaged, this 210, he had 0 there. I think that, and they say, well, we didn't know about it. I'm not buying that for a second.